To make a warm welcome for Kateryna Kotenko. Her work is absolutely important and amazing. She is a part of some very important work happening at the International Breathwork Foundation. Uh, Kateryna is a Ukrainian psychologist, trauma therapist, and breath worker. But what I want to point to is her work around the trauma-informed support group. When the Ukraine war was first sparking off, those people at IBF with big hearts said, we've got to create a trauma-informed support project. And so Kateryna comes to us from that. With no further ado, we welcome her, Breathing Together and Reclaiming the Lost. Kateryna Kotenko, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Robbie, for this beautiful introduction. And it's a privilege to be here. Yes, I'm Ukrainian, and it means that I will talk about the war, so it's quite sensitive topic. So be generous to yourself with the breathing. We are safe now. And I also speak today on behalf of the project called Trauma Informed Support for Professionals as a part of Professionalism Work Group of the IBF. Our project was created IBF in response of the challenges of the war in Ukraine. Today I will introduce you a little bit our project, and then I suggest you something very practical you can use for yourself, experience now and use later, how to reclaim something lost. So, what is breath work in time of the war? It means that we meet traumatized people, and the level of traumatization of Ukrainian society is growing, constantly growing. And we cannot use a large breathwork sessions. It is impossible for traumatized people. It's too much activation, so we can use just short sessions. Sometimes we have only 10-15 minutes, and we must do our best to help them. Also, when it comes to helping professionals, war also has an impact on our professional confidence and resourcefulness, because it is constant, huge challenge, impossible to be prepared or get used to long-term challenge. And of course, Ukrainian professionals are also suffering from the war. We are impacted too, but our responsibility is to be more aware, resourceful, skilled, resilient than our clients, to be able to help them. But we are in the same boat at the same time. So for all of us, and for me personally, it is always a search for a balance between two polarities. And one of them is, I'm weak, I'm not enough, I'm vulnerable, I'm impacted by the war, I'm do not enough. And it's okay, it is an inevitable feeling, because we are always vulnerable facing the war. But at the same time, there is the second polarity. There is still something we can do. I can do, or we can do together. And this dynamic balance between two polarities is very important, and connection with these polarities. It makes us humans, it makes us real and compassionate. Yes, we are vulnerable, but still powerful. Yes, we're influenced by the war, but we can grow through it together. And we can also be supported by larger community. So the IBF professionalism work group was create the project for support, for safe space for professionals, Ukrainian professionals. We summarize knowledge, we support each other, and of course we breathe together. The main idea that experienced teachers from very different countries support professional people from Ukraine, and then they support others. On ongoing basis, we collected some questions and share experiences, so on. Now the project experts are Grit Verstraete, Brigitte Martin-Powell, Giten Tonkov. We received tremendous support from all members of the IBF professionalism work group and Pepa Webel as a leader. For now, 6 workshops were held. And total number of participants is near 150. All of them are Ukrainians, not only breath workers, but also psychotherapists, psychologists, even medical doctors, body workers. Some of them live in Ukraine, some work with refugees abroad. Besides professional support and the feeling of community, I want to emphasize another very important healing factor of the project, because each presenter plays not only the role of the expert, but also a role of a witness. Because when it comes to Ukrainians, we all have huge historical trauma of Russian oppression during many generations, hidden behind an iron curtain. It was really big, it is really big inherited trauma. So the compassionate witness who is not the part of this community, of this traumatized community, is very important for the healing process. Extremely important. I can recall a very strong example of the healing power of witnessing. It was in 2022 at the JIC, actually, when Tilke Pletel-Deur announced her workshop dedicated to the war in Ukraine. And I can recall the strongest emotional response on it. Even one mention, the mention of the topic was a healing experience. And I'm sure that during Tilke's workshop was planted the first seed from which the idea of the project was later born. And it is still very emotional memory. So now our project is growing. We communicate with different IBF work groups, establish connections, also prepare some written guidelines. And of course, we welcome two professional experts who works with traumatized people and are ready to volunteer and share their experience. If you're interested, you can contact me and I will give you all possible information. But now let's move on to the practice. When I was thinking what can be interesting for today to share with you, I realized that the idea of loss unites everyone. We all lose something and miss something and want to get it back, not only during the war. The idea of reclaiming implies that we can regain something lost, but on the next level of our being and on the next level of our awareness. This idea of reclaiming was developed by one of my teachers in psychology, Australian psychologist Alan Richardson. But during the war, I discovered that conscious connected breath can powerfully enrich this work and empower it. So first, I will show you how it works using myself as an example, and then we can do it together and breathe together. First of all, I will ask you to choose something lost you miss for, but not really much, but today. Please do not use for the exercise the biggest loss in your life because it's too much for short demonstration, but something. For example, at the beginning of the war, there were a lot of powerful emotional experiences, but one of them for me was I missed my home. I was abroad, I missed my home. So this is the loss, my loss. However, what did I really miss for? Not the building, but the feeling. So the first step of the exercise is the loss, but the second one is the feeling, the experience. If I imagine that now I am at home in Kiev, I understand that I miss a feeling of safety and comfort. Very important experience. So, my home is a loss, but the real deep need is a feeling of safety and coziness and comfort. And then the next step, where do I feel it in my body right now? The tiny connection with this experience of safety. Just here, a little bit. I can find this place in my body and focus on it. This is the third step. And it also immediately gives us the access to the altered state of consciousness, a little bit. But even before the breathing session. And it is resourceful. And it sets the direction of the session. Then I start breathe into this part of the body. Very gentle breathing. Because the loss is a sensitive topic. Where is severe loss, grievance, grief, too much activation, so on. We don't need to provoke strong emotional reactions. So I use conscious connected breath, and while I'm breathing, I experience and unfold this feeling of safety in my body right now. And then I can ask myself, what does this experience give me now, right now? So this is the exercise. And when I did the exercise first time in my life, I realized that I can create safety, I can create special atmosphere everywhere, not only in Kiev. It unfolds from the inside of me. Of course, this is only a small part of a larger work with grieving and loss and trauma, but it is an important part because our grief is based on the feeling that we've lost something and cannot get it back. And reclaiming even the smallest part of it quickly reduces the intensity of the grieving. And then our client can go on further with more optimism, more hope, more patience, actually. So let's try together 5 steps. Very small, very simple exercise, but I like it. Please sit comfortably. You can close your eyes if you like. Then ask yourself, what do I miss? A friend who lives abroad, or some beautiful time during holiday or something, or a house? Or who do I miss? The first step is the loss itself, but don't put too much attention on it. Then ask yourself, when it was available to me, how did I feel? How did I feel? How it was? What exactly do I feel? What kind of feeling? Just focus your attention on it, and then the next step is bodily experience. Find the place in your body connected with this desired experience right now, a little bit. A small place, a tiny nice feeling. And focus on it. It is nice, feeling of warmth or something else. And then begin to breathe there, into this place, expanding this experience, nurturing it with your breath. Very gently, with all your love and desire to get it back. Very gently, step by step, expand this experience with your inhalations. And spread it throughout your body a little bit. And perhaps with a little more movements. Very gently. Breathe into this part of your body and breathe out very tenderly. What is the feeling? How it grows, expands, creates a special atmosphere inside. Gentle breathing, conscious connected breath, without pauses. Unfold this experience. Tenderly and gently. Just feel the difference with each inhale. And finally, one more step. Ask yourself, where is this unfolding experience taking me right now? Look at your current life through the eyes of this experience. What it gives me right now for my life, for my current situation. How can it help me? And looking through the eyes of this experience, what do you see? And what do you feel? And give yourself another minute or two to be in this experience, to experience yourself and your regained something on the next level of your being. You can experience it right here, right now, but differently. And then taking this experience with you, feeling it in your body, in your breathing. Come back, step by step, very gently. This is the way how we can regain something we miss for. And restore this contact with something very important for us today. And all our project, Trauma Informed Support, is also about the reclaiming of our professional confidence and the feeling of community. Thank you very much for this possibility, for your support and presence, and the possibility to share our experience with you.